Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Siren Frost, and welcome back to an edition of Deck Profile Weekly. Now, and of course, we're on a series on Budget Series, aka the B Series. So, if you guys have a soda nearby, get comfortable, open one up, and it's not beer. And hope the guy doesn't spill in your face. Okay, that was unexpected. Still good, but unexpected. I'm just drinking a Nitro Pepsi to see if it's any good. You know me, I never let a day go by without my caffeine fix. And I know caffeine's probably a little bad for you, but you know what? Caffeine's good for me, so don't try me. So in today's video for the budget series, we're going to be doing a Bastion deck profile. More in a budget series kind of thing. Okay, I said 2 budget series. Sorry, you guys. I just barely woke up out of bed. It's like 10:16 in the morning, and my brain is still processing about a lot of shit that happened last night. So, you know, it is what it is. But someone made a request or asked me if I was going to do a grade 3 budget series version of Bastion. And I finally found a recipe for it, but it's a little bit difficult. I was going to try to play this last night as a test, but unfortunately, I got into training because the new Lyrical Monster collection just came out. Or, not just came out, but if I came in the store, and my friend got his half the case of it. So I was trying to get most of the stuff, you know, for myself. But I did find some time to make the deck as possible as I can. But I'm going to have to price these out later. And I'll give you guys the full amounts when I get time. So, but I will write down the names, the cards, and whatnot. And I'll let you know the verdict on the amount of the deck that you have to pay for this one. So I think that's the correct term for it. So without any further ado, you guys, let's get on the profile, and let's start with the right line, of course. We're playing Knight of Heavenly Bow base as our grade 0. Now, I know there's a triple R version, and me being a rarity whore, I love blinging out my decks as much as possible, because I just like seeing them shine and whatnot, and funny enough, I don't do SPs. I know that sounds like a little bit more faux pas, but it's true. And then we got 4 for our grade 1. We got Rooks. And then we have our main guy, Bastion, as our right line. So, you know, this is probably maybe a little bit similar to my deck, but this is more of an aggressive kind of deck style, kind of without the complete guards, the over trigger, you know. This is just a deck that is probably going to be good, affordable, to be good in a small little series, a little lineup, if you will. So, yeah, this is the right line that I chose and always will be. Okay, and yeah, I'm using UU's blue sleeves for these other ones, so just don't try me. Oh, and I did also forget to mention in the beginning of this video, before I got a little too crazy, is that we're doing the deck profile weekly on Bastion and Bob Sagra, the 2 leaders of Daybreak and Blackout. Blackout and Team Daybreak. So, that was my bad, you guys. But, like I said, my brain's been kind of shot as of late, so I'm trying to take everything down, motion to the ocean kind of thing. So, yeah. You know, it is what it is. Alright, for trigger lineup, there is no front triggers. I decided to play this at 3 draws, 8 crits, and 4 heals and an over trigger for this deck. So we got Arshes for heals, 3 of the Prorobis for draw triggers, This card is still good for one reason only, is because it gets an additional 5k shield if as long as you or your opponent has a grade 3 Vanguard. So during the battle that you get attacked. So it's good for guarding kind of thing. And it's also good for drawing as well. You know, it goes back to the older version where I used to play. Well, actually, I used to play more like 12 crits in the deck, as well as 4 heals in my Arshes reverse deck in Royal Paladin. So that's just my personal opinion. But then Overdress, you're only allowed to have up to 8 critical triggers, so that's sad, but oh well. And then, speaking of criticals, we're playing 4 of the Gurgants. There we go. So 4 of that one. 4 of the White Witch Fang Disma. I'm going to have to see how much she's actually going for again, because I know at one point in time she was at the most expensive critical trigger. And I don't know why the fuck she was, to be honest with you. But I guess she was. And of course, we have our generic Olbaria Overtrigger. TBH. So, TBH. I prefer the other Overtrigger, but you know, this is a deck profile that not many people can afford, the high luxury ones. So it's bringing up to my attention a lot that there are other card fighters out in the other worlds that can afford high luxurious cards, or what I call them high class. I know they're like $7 to some people, but it's like it's really hard to find some of those cards. But this build could be affordable and also good at the same time. And what's known for Bastion is, even without the grade 4 at your disposal, or the Asmir Dragons, or the Overtrigger, this deck can still do like a heavy amount of damage. But the downside is, there's just too many grade 3s. Like, dude, I don't need that many grade 3s, but everyone says that you need more grade 3s. So, it's weird. Next, we're using the generic complete guard, which is Lifesaving Angel Kurabiel. That's all you pretty much need in the grade 1s. That's all you just need is the complete guards. The rest of this is jam-packed with nothing but grade 3s. So this is going to be one of those things you're like, what the fuck kind of thing. But hey, you know, if you prefer to play some grade 2s and grade 1s that resemble more of a Bastion type of deck, you'd be my guess. I would be all for it. More power to you. But people are just very picky about what cards are good and what not are good. Kind of thing. Speaking of grade 3s, oh god damn it. This deck is over jam-packed with a lot of grade 3s. This is 26 grade 3s, you guys. Yeah, this is not going to be fun. But we'll do it anyways. So we have 3 copies of Bastion for the Persona Ride ability. 3 copies of Heavenly Shield of Incapacitment Felicita. Now, if you guys don't know about her skill is, if you Persona Ride this turn, Counterblast 2 and retire this unit. Choose one of your grade 3 units, and it gets +1 drive into the end of the turn. So, you can basically give Bastion an extra drive for a drive check. So, that's why she's basically in there, to give you a +1 drive. And it's not a once per turn, so you can have 2 of this. Counterblast 2, like I said, it's very risky. It is very risky, and you may have to change your idea a little bit to fit the needs of this. But yeah, so 3 of her. 4 copies of Knight of Broadaxe Refluke. You can get this one from the start deck itself, but he's a good choice of units if you want to, you know, fuel the soul a bit more and get 10,000 power while doing it. So, you know, another option card. 4 copies of Actual Analysis Kokabiel. This card is actually for Bastion itself, so this is a good mix into the deck as well. But she's also just she gets 5,000 5,000 power for the shield for every grade 3 you have on the field. So is it for every grade 3? Every 2 of your grade 3 units. So if you have like a full board of 6, you get 15k right there. So that's not bad. Next, we're playing 2 copies of Reminiscent Sword Fenwell. The reason why I decided I chose this unit right here is basically because I like her skill when she does attack. If I have 3 or more grade 3 units, I can Kurablast 2, and this unit gets +1 critical until the end of the battle. So, like I said, this deck is very heavy on Karablasting so much. But other than that, you know, it's just an option card for you to use if you are in a sticky situation. Like I said, all this here is pretty much options. Now, I know people have different opinions about how much grade 3s or what certain grade 3s you want. You know, everyone wants to say Fasado, 4 copies of a Fasado, because he can't be targeted by card effects, pretty much. But here's the thing. Most of us cannot afford Fasados. I barely have 4 copies of Fasado. So that's my copies right there. Next, I play 1 Dark Strain Dragon because I think Dark Strain is all you need in this deck. Soul Blast 2, and it gives all your grade 3s the ability to boost. That's what I feel like is kind of good. But I know people say, why not play a full playset of it? No, I believe 1's good enough. You know, give it a try on maybe 1. I know Dark Strain was a little bit more expensive back then. I don't know how much the price will be cost now. But I'm going to look at it after this, you know, this video. You know, after I'm done with the deck profile weekly videos, I am going to do all the prices. So, you know, the list will still be there. It's just, it's going to take me a little while to get the prices on. Now, let's go into some orders, shall we? We're playing 2 copies of the set order Pride to Protect. Now, I chose this for one reason. Instead, if you don't like Dark Strain Dragon, which, you know, the Soul Blast is fucking crazy, you can go for this card too. And you can only play by discard a card from your hand. That's all you do. And as long as this card's on the field, all your grade 3s will still gain the ability to boost. That's all it can do. So if you don't like Dark Strain Dragon, you can always go for this other option, play 3 of this card, if you so choose to. But people like Dark Strain just because he's a good backup in case something goes wrong. But as for this order card, it's good because, you know, you're gaining the ability to boost. That's all it pretty much is. You know, it is what it is. Next, we have 1 copy of Form Up Chosen Knights. This is another order card. Play with Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. So this guy right here. And I'm bad with remembering text to you guys. So, perform all the following effects according to the number of your grade 3 units, which won't be a problem. 2 or more, choose one of your units and it gets 5k power at the end of the turn. 3 or more, draw a card. 4 or more, choose one of your vanguards and gets 1 drive +1 at the end of the turn. So, this is in combination of Felicidia. So you can retire her, or you know, just don't want to ruin the format here. Counterblast 2 and retire this unit. You can give Bastion an additional drive from Felicita, and then you can use this card on Bastion because your field will be covered in grade 3s anyways. So, you know, he'll may get a quadruple drive or a penta drive. I almost said Pentakill because of League of Legends. Oh dear God, I haven't played that game in a while. But yeah, these 2 are actually in combinations. So for Bastions, so if you guys want a heavy hitter and take a big risk, go for it. I will applaud you. Next, I'm playing 2 copies of The Hour of Holy Judgment Cometh. For 2 reasons, because it's a Counterblast 2, which everything's a very huge Counterblasting. Draw 2 cards and choose one of your units and it gets 5,000 power in the end of turn. So you can draw 2 cards, but you will also need a 5k booster. So this is all pressure but you're taking a big risk of entering that pressure right there. Pretty much. Next, for our final orders, we're playing 4 copies of Hopeful Testode. And this right here, you guys, is a Blitz order. And for this skill, if you have 3 or more units, choose one of your units, and it gets 15,000 power at the end of that battle. So this is just another guard. You know, you can activate the skill, no problem. So anyways, you guys, that is the conclusion lineup for the deck profile for the budget. This is very cheap stuff, rares and commons, and I know some of the super rares are usually very expensive depending on the meta, depending on the person and whatnot. But I do strongly believe that if you put your mind into it, you can build any deck, no problem. But yes, you guys, that is the conclusion deck profile for Bastion. For those of you who love Bastion and love set your deck with nothing but grade 3s like Morikawa does. But, you know, that's a meme. That's the meme of the joke. But, yes, you guys, that is the update. Not the update. Nope. No. We're not doing any updates here. This is just a budget-friendly version of Bastion. Mine's just a bit more on the expensive side because of the grade 4 and the other stuff. But this is just for some people who love playing just Bastion. I guess that's all I'm going to say, just Bastion. But anyways, you guys, that is the conclusion video. I've been your host, Siren Frost. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot to me. And it's been a lot of fun doing a lot of budget decks. Like, I've been having a hard time finding out prices. The only bitch thing is, it's prices. You have to look up on prices, figure out the amount of cards you're using, the quantity of it, and it's like, it's just a bitch. It's like work all over again. But you know what? It's been fun. So anyways, you guys, if this is your idea on a deck that you guys can afford, or at least have fun with, I recommend trying this out. If not, just use this for like a different recipe. You know, I'm not going to say, oh, you have to play this deck because I say so. No. You guys are free to do as you see fit. Anyways, you guys, I've been your host, Siren Frost. Have a good day, make good choices, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!